I went to school smelling like Aluca Parante every day.
What's the most ridiculous comment that you've heard?
That I was getting a divorce and pregnant at the same time. Chicken suck. Chicken what?
Sunny, thank you so much for coming to the 5th episode of ScoopWhoop Townhall.
Thank you.
We're extremely excited and thrilled to have you here. I think you're one of our favorite internet celebrities. I think everyone at ScoopWhoop is a huge fan of
Thanks, guys.
your work. I wanted to sort of understand from you and take you back to your growing up years. You grew up in Sarnia, yeah. Which is a small town in Canada. Just take us through some of those years. How was it growing up in, and from what I understand, you grew up in a traditional Sikh household. What was that like?
I went to school smelling like Aluca Parante every day until the day I was like, okay, Mom, no more Indian food in the morning. But I think I had a very typical, like childhood. I played a lot of sports. I was a bit of a tomboy. I made forts, not, princess castles. I think I had like a pretty normal childhood, I guess you could say.
I mean, I'm sure in India it's all madness, right? We all saw what happened in Kerala. I think you went there for guest appearance and people went berserk and there was chaos all over. But when you go to LA, I think things are calmer and more peaceful, I'm guessing.
Yes.
What do you enjoy more? Is it the madness that you find in India, or is it the calmness that you find in LA?
I think I have, the best of both worlds when this gets so crazy, and it's amazing. I love every single day that I can work here. I think that India is one of the most amazing countries to do business in, to start a business. For all you guys are all really young. This is it, if you got an idea, if you have something you want to do it now, because soon everybody will be hip to the game, and they'll be creating these things, and you wish you would have done it a long time ago, because it's such an amazing market. But in America, I get to go back and I drive my own car, I do my own groceries, I clean my own house. We do, both my husband and I, we do everything together.
Tell me something. You decided to come to Big Boss, and from what I've heard, you initially turned them down, and then you finally said yes. Were you prepared for the kind of love that you got after Big Boss?
Oh, absolutely not. I figured as each week passed, something good might be happening out there, because I know that if something wasn't going well, then they would have just kicked me out really, a lot sooner. So 1 week goes by, the second week goes by, then a month goes by. I'm like, I'm stuck in this freaking house. How do I get out? And then another week goes by, and another one. I'm like, now I just want to go home. But I figured something pretty amazing was going on outside. I calculated that in my head. And when I got out, I think the weirdest moment was the first fan interaction. This gentleman comes up and he said, can my daughter take a picture with you? And I thought he was going to bring an adult to me, but he brought this young girl. And then the auntie came, and then the mom came, and a baby came, and all these people came up to me. I'm like, dude, why do you guys want a picture with me? This is weird. And why are you handing me your baby? This is insane. I've never taken a picture with a baby. This is just wrong. This is so wrong on so many levels. Because wasn't from the mainstream world. So, babies and children are a no-no. I think for the people that didn't know who I was, and the families or those moms and people that are watching Big Boss because they're a fan of Salman or the show or, whatever it is that they like about it, is that they saw me like making chapatis, cutting vegetables, trying to speak Hindi, trying to do all these different things, dancing. I have 2 left feet. So dancing is like not...
We all disagree with that. But.
Well, I mean, it's taken a lot of practice. But before that, my idea of dancing in a club is a 2-step, going like, yeah, this is awesome. And in a corner, not on the dance floor. So I think that maybe they saw that, maybe they saw the effort, maybe they saw this like weird, awkward person trying to do all these things, and maybe I made them laugh because it was so awkwardly bad. So that's my angle.
But on Big Boss, I think someone from the audience has a question. Ishan, yeah.
Hey Sunny.
Hi.
I hope you're having a great time at ScoopWhoop.
I am. It's only been like 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Too early.
Too early. All right, so you were talking about Big Boss's house and how crazy it was. How much of Big Boss was real? I mean,
Dude,
how real is it?
Dude, it's crazy. It's like, you know, getting stuck in this room with each other, but no phone, no computers, no whatever's going on over here, and no access to anything. You guys would end up, you know, pulling each other's hair out.
We already do that. We spend 8 hours with each other every day.
Exactly. Now, can you imagine not being let out and going home? I think, you know, with the show, they set up scenarios, right? So they'll go, okay, today you guys are going to do this activity. Big Boss tells you what to do. But what happens in people's personalities and how they connect, or most of the time don't connect, that's all real. You know, maybe some people might be playing this game or this thing like, oh, I'm going to go on the show and I'm going to be like, this is what my character's going to be like, this is how I'm going to act, this is how I'm going to speak and look and blah, blah, blah. Well, what happens, and I'm sure you guys probably have noticed, is it's only a matter of time before your real personality comes out and who you really are comes out. And it's crazy.
So, you know, my follow-up question to that also is that, you know, as a celebrity, you're always in the public eye. And with all the love also comes a lot of hate. As a celebrity, how do you deal with that? Is there an imaginary wall that you've created around you where you will only let certain things sort of come and affect you? Or just like the rest of us, you're also human and sometimes hate gets to you?
Absolutely, I'm human and it does get to me. If I start reading it, it naturally is going to affect me. But then I sit there and I go, this person, let's just run through the process, right? He's gone to my social media page, whatever it is. He's now gone through how many tweets or Instagram posts. Then he's then analyzed what I've said. From analyzing what I've said, he's now trying to figure out what he's going to say. So now he's typed it out. Then he's double checked it, spell checked it, make sure that whatever he said is like, that's it, that's gonna really hit home for her. Then he posts it, and then what does he do? On my social media page, he starts doing this for the little scrolly thing to see the comments, right? You have to keep doing that to see what people start commenting. Yeah. So can you imagine, that's like a great fan. That's amazing. That's kind of how I see life. I sit there and I analyze that negative, and in my head, I have to turn it into something different or a positive, or, you know, something that makes sense to me. So all those people that, there's this like Howard Stern statistic that he was given. The people that watch Howard Stern would watch it for an hour. The people that hated Howard Stern watched him for 2 or 3 hours. Why? Because they were curious to see what he would say.
No, but you know, sometimes hate also comes from people who are in a position of influence or power.
Yeah,
a lot of times these ridiculous comments get made every time there is an incident that happens that directly or indirectly, you know, this is what is leading to that. What is your take on that? And we all know it's ridiculous, but when it comes from a general user, you can say there is trolling. But when debates are happening on prime time, when the front page says a certain thing, what is your immediate reaction like, and how do you deal with that?
My immediate reaction is that news channel really thought that this was newsworthy? Seriously? Are you guys out of your mind for posting this? I mean, I know they want to get viewers to their sites or their channel or get people to watch their show, but that's what you find newsworthy? Why not like give clothes to the kid on the street that doesn't have it? Why don't we talk about that? Or why don't we talk about the air here or the air in Mumbai, or how do we clean our city up? I mean, why can't we talk about these things on the news and figure out how to make everything around us a little bit nicer, a little bit better, and be able to feed people or help people.
What's the most ridiculous comment that you've heard or gossip about you that you've heard?
That I was getting a divorce and pregnant at the same time. At the same day. I'm like, this is interesting. And then my mother-in-law calls and says, do you guys have something to tell me? Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Akansha here has a question.
Hi. So basically my question was, I've seen you being very graceful in situations where anyone else would have probably lost their composure, like that interview with Bhupinder Chawla. So how do you maintain that cool? Like, I think even people from entertainment industry wouldn't be able to be that calm with questions like that.
The best thing that you can do is just stand your ground and stay strong. Don't let that person get the best of you, because if he got the best of me and made me feel like I should leave or made me feel like I should lose my cool, then that just solidifies everything that he's saying. It makes him in the right instead of him in the wrong. And I mean, I had no idea. I thought, like, after one question, okay, fine, this is going to end now. Oh my gosh, he's asked me another one. Oh, okay. Now it's another one and another question, and it gets worse and worse. But there's nothing, I feel that it's better to face it than run away or step away. And you can always face bullies, and you can always face mean people or people that want to put you down in a way that will get the message clear that it's not okay, and I believe in kill 'em with kindness.
The criticism with biographies, and especially in India, is that there's a lot of whitewashing that's involved. So you would see, for example, Rajkumar Hirani made Sanju, and the biggest criticism that the film got was that it only showed him in good light. Do you think with Karanjit you've been able to sort of keep that aside and show the true story?
I was really adamant that whatever we were going to show was going to be real, like real conversations and real stories, real things that happened. Of course, like, the setting is different, the clothes are obviously different. I'm way better dressed in the show than it was in real life. My parents didn't have a lot of money, so we just wore a lot of the same things a lot. But I think that what we've shown is really, really close to the truth, if not the truth of what's happened. And that was really important to me, especially the family stuff, because my parents are not alive anymore. I can't even consult them, or I can't say, hey, if we change this a little bit here, would you guys care? Or, just something even small like that. So I just wanted it to be the truth, and it had to be the truth for me to believe it. I had so many arguments that, I'm a Taurus and I'm a bull and I like getting my way. So I kept it pretty honest and really, really true. And that's probably the hardest thing that, was shown.
Did you always wanted to be an actor in mainstream movies?
I didn't ever think it was possible. I always knew that I wanted to own my own company, my own business. I wanted to do something on my own. I wanted to be my own boss. That's something I've said since I was a little kid. I just never knew what it would be. I come from a typical Punjabi home. The second that I said, I want to be a model, pat, shut it. What are you talking about? Go to school, what are you doing? Why don't you go study?
That's like 95% of Indian families.
Yeah, I know.
Like, one of the things that I saw in the documentary, Mostly Sunny, and I know that you've sort of, you think that the documentary doesn't portray you in the way that you wanted to. But one of the very interesting things that you said was that I know how to turn a quarter into a dollar. Let's just talk a little bit about that. Is that still the number one goal with which you're doing the things that you're doing?
I love numbers, and I'm sure you guys are here, so you guys deal with a lot of numbers as well, watching, how many people are liking things, looking at things, how many hits are going on what page, and what people are, looking at and analyzing it, how much time they're spending on the first page of the site versus getting into it. So all those things were extremely, they're so fascinating to me, watching numbers, watching things grow. And I believe in steady instead of this, because this is what builds good foundations, and this is what causes crashing. That's my personal opinion.
But at what point does money become irrelevant and you're not doing things for money anymore?
When you have so much of it that you just don't care. I don't know.
That's never, right? That's never.
You know what? A lot of people here don't like talking about earning an income and making a good living. I think that there's a fine line of working really hard and being proud of what you've done to maybe not working so hard, and along the way, families have, here there's a hierarchy system in families and businesses, and the son takes over, daughter takes over, all these different things. But there's that may be 0.5% of this country or 1% of this country. But the rest of everybody has to work really, really hard. So I don't know why there's this thing that, we shouldn't talk about making a good living or wanting a nice car or wanting a nice house or providing for my family. I have 3 kids. That's 3 college funds.
Oh, congratulations on being a mother.
Thanks. So that's 3 kids, 3 college funds. They are going to want their own cars. They're going to want things and buy stuff. Dude, diapers. Do you even know how much diapers cost? And let me tell you, I have 2 of them. So imagine diapers times 2 and then everything else times 2. My goodness. So I think that if you're young and you work really hard and you make good money, you should save a lot of it. You should invest in these amazing funds and stocks and stuff that India has. It's amazing, you guys. I would put all my money here. So the returns are amazing. So I think that you always have somewhere to go and somewhere to do and make and achieve.
What's the difference between Karanjit and Sunny?
Karanjit is very dorky, can't walk straight, can somehow manage to trip and fall, but not be walking, be standing in one place. I have that ability. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me to show you. And I'm just a lot more private and quiet. I think that every entertainer has an alter ego. I think that every entertainer has that, it's like a little switch inside them, that once the camera goes on, the smile's a little bigger, you have charisma, and you're, all these different personality traits come out. But when the camera's off, I'm sure you've seen it with other actors that have come in here, it's totally different, and I'm a lot more quiet, I'm a lot more reserved. I like silence.
On that note, do we have more questions from the audience?
Actually, Satvik, you already asked my question, but okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I told her that I'm doing this, it's only my first few times.
Okay. So what is the most ridiculous comment or gossip you have heard about yourself?
Let me think of another good one. I got this message one day, and this guy's like, "Hi, I know it's really last minute, but we want to cast you for a role in Game of Thrones." And I was like, "Oh my God, no way, what's going on?" And then they sent the IMDb link to see who it was, and then it was fake.
Sunny, you've worked in different industries. You've worked in the adult industry in US, you've worked with Bollywood, you're working with South Indian film industries as well. Just take us through the difference or the similarities between these industries. Do you think there's a difference in terms of ethics, professionalism, wage gap? Just take us through that.
Well, in the adult industry, everything's like black and white. There's no in the middle or between the lines, at least my experience. I had a very good experience. I don't have any horror stories. So everybody that I worked with was, the best of the best. And it's extreme, I mean, beyond, you know, what people think it is. It's not like one big room where everybody's getting it on. It's extremely professional. Everything is, like, everybody's in a data system. Everybody's tested. I bet there's a lot of young people here who've not done that ever. You should. I know, very, very awkward, but if you're, you know, promiscuous, you should definitely get tested. And use condoms, everybody. You guys should have like a
India, we don't talk about those things.
Dispenser in the bathrooms. Yeah. So it's extremely professional. Here, everything's so emotional, and you know, you'll get to set and people will say, okay, you know, we agree to do this, or oh, I'll come on time. I'll almost always come on time. And I'll go, okay, well, now it's time to go. It's my 12 hours. I'm done. They're like, just 5 minutes, just 5. Or they'll completely change a costume, or they'll completely add new things, or, oh, the best part is who needs a script? I mean, you just write that thing as you go. I'm like, what's going on here? I spent so long learning this whole thing, and now you guys are, you know, changing it all. 1, 2 words, okay, fine. But the whole thing? How do you change the whole climax in 5 minutes? I mean, how does that happen? You're like, no, we're not going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I don't know how to explain it coming from the outside, but you got to be here. You got to be on the ground. You got to be going with what's happening here.
Do you think things are changing in India?
Absolutely.
Especially in Bollywood?
I think that there's a lot of things that are changing. I think the idea that our consumer is not intelligent is slowly going away. Yeah. And I've been saying this for so long. I'm like, our consumer is so smart. Why do you think that they want to see the same thing over and over again? I mean, you guys probably, you know, watch more Netflix shows than you do, you know, going to the movies.
I don't remember the last time I went to a theater to see to see a Hindi movie.
Right. I'm watching it on digital platforms, which is why when Z5 wanted to launch, you know, the show and put it on a digital platform, we thought, great, why not be on the forefront of this instead of, you know, on the back foot of it and, you know, jump on when everybody else is there. So I think that India has changed so much all over. It's incredible.
Yeah. What's next for Sunny?
Well, I have my own cosmetic line, ladies, if you want to check it out. Guys, if you want to buy something for your girlfriend, your wife, your sister. But I launched that this year. I'm so excited because it's like, I've been wearing this all day. He just put more on earlier, and I've been wearing it since this morning. So that's good.
So this is a branded video, guys, just to be
right.
Absolutely clear.
You can cut it out later, but as long as you remember and you go look it up later, that's all you are. You can cut it out of the video. And
what is it called?
Starstruck.
Starstruck, okay.
And I'm also going to be shooting my first film under my production house this year, by the end of this year, early next year, which I'm really excited about. So that's like really exciting. There's so many things going on. That's like the two really cool things.
It is a ScoopWhoop Townhall tradition that after we do all the important conversations, we do something silly.
Okay. I see chits.
Yes. Has your Hindi improved over the last 8
totally.
years? So we're going to test that. Right. So we have words in Hindi here. You have to tell us what do they mean in English.
This is like an exam, you guys. It's very weird. What the? Do you
want me to?
Dhumrapan?
So the first word is dhumrapan.
Oh, I've heard of this before. It's like, it's on the airlines. I think it's smoking. Something. Right?
Hey, that's right, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Do you see this guy's listening to the air hostess? I know, I probably could rehearse the whole thing.
Okay.
Is it your turn?
No, I thought I'd just pick it for you. Okay, so the next word is Manoranjan.
Oh, that's for you. You were hoping to.
Oh, okay. I think it's entertainment. Yeah. Itni Hindi to aati hai. Sorry, yours.
What does that mean? I didn't know what that means.
Manoranjan, that means entertainment.
Dude, these Dashamlab. Dude, this is some weird Hindi. Like, seriously, is this how you come to work? Yar Dashimlab blah blah blah. Like seriously, what is this?
I think you got the easy ones first. Even I don't know what this is, yeah? Dasham
See?
Labh.
What nonsense? This is a bakwas. There. What does this mean?
Decimal.
Decimal. Who even puts decimal in their sentences?
Yeah.
Your turn.
Oh, okay. Let's do this. Abhinay.
Are yaar. Seriously?
I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer. Okay, it means acting. Yes. I think their appraisals are going down the drain, I think.
Who are you? Chicken suck. Chicken what? Chicken who? You guys, your mind is in the gutter. Let's just say that. Can you say the word again? Seriously? Just one more. Just
one more time, guys. Come on.
I don't know, but what does this mean?
Doctor.
Someone's gonna need a doctor if they do any of this. You know the best word of today?
Chikitsak.
This I'm gonna steal. Hey, Daniel, did you make sure you call the chicken sick? Oh my God, I'm taking this home so I don't forget.
Okay, Sunny, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure to have you here. Thanks a lot. Guys, can we give her one more massive round of applause, please?
Hey guys, I'm Sunny Leone, and if you liked what you saw, you can like, share, subscribe to ScoopWhoop Townhall.